Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I'm up here on our property. It's an off-grid property. We're going to be doing kind of like a vlog or a series of everything we're doing up here. We have just under 2.5 acres up here. We're kind of northern eastern Arizona, or more like central eastern Arizona. Yeah, so we have two lots, just under 2.5 acres. So I'm currently on the bottom lot. Lots stretch way back up yonder there. So those trees, kind of like in this, let me work on this camera here, right in that area there is about halfway. And it gets a lot thicker up there. So my plan was this weekend to come up and trim some of those trees, which I'll get to in a little bit. A little bit about the property. So we bought the property around April of this year, 2021. Since then, we've brought our camper up, use that as kind of like our camp where we sleep at night, cook meals if it's raining. Other than that, we're pretty much outside. I've got to build some shade eventually. We don't have a awning on there, so I'll probably build some kind of permanent shade back in that area. The previous owner came through and trimmed a lot of the oak trees through this area, and so we have a lot of little oak bushes growing. Something I'm going to have to deal with, figure out how to manage those. I like to get rid of them if I can and just have like a nice landscape there. Figure something out there later on. But since having the property, I've trimmed up some of the oak throughout this area here. Let me zoom out. I don't know why it was zoomed in, but yeah, some of this area here, you can see some of the little oak trees I've cut down. I'm trying to clean it up a little. We get tons and tons of this oak leaves that they're just everywhere. If you don't take care of these branches and these little trees, it just makes a mess. I have one dead pine right there that I'm going to be cutting down, get it out of there. And then I have a couple more over here. These are some tall ones, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do those or have somebody else come up and do them for me. But yeah, those are some big ones. I really don't want them to fall in my camper or my truck. And then I got a couple more dead pines up in there. But welcome to the channel. Eventually we will be digging a well up here. I think that will actually be pretty soon. And then at some point we'll have a septic tank going in, and then solar set up and building a cabin and so forth. But currently, you know, my weekend projects up here are trimming trees and kind of making it a little bit more homely, I should say, so that when we come up, it's not so much work, but more relaxing. I'll take you around. There's some trails around here. I'll show you around on the side-by-side. It's a wonderful area. So some of the trees we have, you know, we have oak trees. We got some tall oaks, nice big oaks in this area. Got some tall pines, as you can see. We got, I believe this is called locusts. Then I got a black walnut. We got a couple of those throughout here. We had a few junipers, which I cut down. And then there's some wild grapes growing. Down the road here, we have wild blackberries growing. So the road is actually, the road for the neighborhood's over here. It's a real private area, really off-grid. You know, one of the things I like about this area is the property has a lot of character. Lots of animals, lots of deer come through here. I just had a couple deer walk through right before I started the video. And, you know, rabbits, squirrels. We've even got skunks up here. Seen coyotes and foxes. So lots of animals. I need to get me a selfie stick or something, but I'll try to get some video of that tree coming down. We'll see how that works. I'm filming everything on an iPhone, so wish me luck. So here's some of that juniper I cut down. Have my son pick it all up. There's some more back in there. That was really just two big trees that I had in here. The stump split right here. I had to take it all down, cut it in little chunks. I love burning juniper. It smells great, just like cedar. But this here is the pine I'm taking down. That is a doornail. Probably bark beetles got it, is what I'm guessing. Hey guys, got it down. So, got hung up a little bit on that oak tree. Just back in here, trimmed a couple branches and it fell off to the side, right where I wanted it. So it's not sticking out, blocking the driveway. And yeah, now I'm hot and sweaty. Probably gonna take a break, probably cut up a little bit of this end right here, the small stuff we'll use for a fire tonight. See you guys in a bit. So I got some wood chopped right over here. I'm trying to get used to pointing. It's like a weatherman. It's gonna take practice. Anyways, I got some wood chopped right there, and it's oak. It's pretty hard to chop. I did cut that log in half, like one of these logs. Where is it? Right there. So one of these logs I cut in half with the chainsaw, so I was able to split it. And even then, it's hard to split. And this is old oak, so we'll just split it as we need it, because that was hard work. We got a lot of pine now, so the pine is easy to cut. Cuts real easy with the chainsaw. That oak is struggling. I know when I was cutting down that tree, you saw my saw smoking a lot. So I'm not a chainsaw expert, but I did read on the internet, so it's got to be true, that you can use gear oil, and it just has to be the right thickness as bar oil, but it will smoke more and stink, which it did. So I did a mixture of gear oil and some transmission kind of synchronous gear oil that I had lying around forever. So I used that. I was giving that a shot. I've got a bunch of used oil from different projects I've done that I need to get rid of. So figured I'd give it a shot. Tree came down, got the top cut off, got a little bit of it right. Where is it? No, right there. So got a little bit of the top of that pine we cut down over here. I'm gonna use that tonight, and a bunch of branches off the side. So we'll get a fire going, get it started, get it nice and hot, and start cooking with that oak. I'll throw all that oak on there, or a bunch of it anyways. That stuff burns really slow, so I want to make sure that fire gets hot so we can keep that fire going. I was struggling. That road was damp last weekend, and boy was I struggling keeping a fire going. But I don't think I'll have a problem tonight, thankfully. So it's about 3 o'clock here in Arizona. So I'm going to change my clothes, get a drink, and head down. So we are, like I said, we are off grid here, completely off grid. You know, no utilities, private roads coming in here you have to take care of, or you know, we contribute and somebody else will take care of it for us. And then there's no cell phone service here, so I actually have to drive out probably 5.5 to 6 miles to get reception. So typically when I leave the property, I go back like I'm going home. I have to go back about 5-6 miles, and I'll get reception. And you'll see people park there all the time, and it's called the phone booth, right? Because that's the first place you get reception from here. This time I'm going to head up the other way and make the phone call. So you have to go a little ways, which I don't mind. I just want to go for a drive. So today is the second day of archery deer in the area. I don't have a tag, but just being nosy neighbor. I want to get out there and see if anybody has something hanging in a tree. If they're hanging out at camp, I may stop and say hi. But yeah, I'll probably check back in with you when I get back. Deer right there. This is the bottom of the neighborhood, bottom of the area. Oh, right there's a little deer. That's probably 50 yards, maybe? at the most. The bad thing is it's in the neighborhood. They're probably a quarter mile away. But where there's one, there's more. So he's just standing there. There he goes. See you, buddy. Hey guys, welcome back. Found a stream out here. So let me flip you guys around. So we've been getting pounded by monsoons lately. Pounded, I tell you. Inches and inches of rain within a week, which is a lot for Arizona, for us. It's been a really good monsoon, no complaints. But there is a ton of water coming down the mountain right now. Tons of water, lots of green grass everywhere, lots of food for the animals. It's been a really good monsoon. I think we're gonna have a really wet winter. It's gonna be a good year for water. So I just came down. I was just following a trail. Never been down here before. Wanted to see kind of where it went. So I came through this crossing and I figured I'd share it with you. Pretty cool. I love seeing this kind of stuff. Hey guys, it's dinner time. So got me fire going. A couple potatoes. I'm gonna try to cook up in the fire. Little adult beverage, and then should be dinner time. So I got a can of chili also. I'm going to put on there. So it's just a can of Hormel's chili. I'm trying to warm it up on the fire. I've done it before. Never really got it super hot, but I'm going to start it early and hopefully it's nice and warm. So should be good. Probably put a little bit of this with the potato in a bowl. And it'll be like kind of like a loaded potato, I guess. No cheese. I forgot the cheese. So yeah. So it'll be good. Catch you guys in a bit. Hey guys, it's the next morning. Back at it. I got up early. Started cutting some wood. Some dead pine that's fallen over up there. Started cutting it up. Got a lot more to do. There's a pretty big tree that's down. So been cutting for about an hour. I got some more up there I got to go get, but I figured to come down here, fill up my coffee, and I'm gonna dump this load and head back up there. Plan is to work a few hours more this morning, and then probably eat something, start cleaning up, see how I feel. Probably head back home. But until next time, see you guys.